It's a really huge task to try and sell your product or service to the whole world. And by that I mean when you have the whole world as your target audience, when you have absolutely everyone and anyone as the ideal customer for your product or your service. So that would be really nice if we had a product that everyone could buy and everyone would need. But the thing is, we have to accept that you're not going to be the right fit for everyone. Because even people who sell water, which is a commodity that absolutely everyone needs, even people who sell water don't have everyone as their target base. There are some people who have regular Joes like you and me as the target base. There are those people who sell mineral water, for instance, who want bougie people as their target base. And then there's some other people who are much more concerned with having water available to the poor and members of the rural communities, and they have a separate target base. But here you have something that is a commodity that everybody should want always for all time. But even here, they're not trying to market to the whole world. So, with this in mind, knowing that even when it comes to water, it's okay to target some people and leave some people out, depending on what your objectives are. It should be obvious now that, to the rest of us who are in this for a profit motive, that it's okay to turn a few people off. So people who like Coke don't like Pepsi. I'm indifferent because any soda pop drink is fine, but for true fans like my mom and my sisters, it's either Coke or nothing. And my sister-in-law is also in that whole Coke camp. So you're either trying to market to Coke people or to Pepsi people. Yes, there are some people like me who are indifferent and can do either Coke or Pepsi or whatever is out there on the market. But you will find that your marketing and your sales efforts have to be targeted at someone, because not everybody needs your product or your service, and not every potential client is going to be a profitable use of your time. There are some clients that could use your product or your service, yes, but you end up doing business with them and it wasn't a good use of your time. You didn't get much profit out of it. So you're better off trying to target people that have an acute need and that are going to be a profitable use of your time. So you have to learn to seek out the right kind of people, and that narrow sphere where you dedicate your time and attention, because you don't have all the time and attention in the world. We only have 24 hours. Okay, we have to be asleep 8 of those hours. So I think we're left with, is that 16? So I guess we have 16 hours to run our businesses. And of course, there are going to be other things, school runs, time you have to dedicate to your spouse, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, family matters, emergencies, hospital runs, all kinds of things. So you stand a better chance of finding your ideal client when you're searching at something, anything, rather than when you're trying to market to the whole world. Now, the truth of the matter is, even if you do decide that the whole world is your target market, the thing is you can't reach the whole world and you can't help the whole world. So you're better off trying to narrow down. So if you sell inverter batteries, it would be nice for every Nigerian to get one. However, some people are fine with using generator sets. Those people are not your ideal audience. Some people are also comfortable staying in the dark so long as they don't have to spend any extra money. And of course, those people are not your ideal audience if you sell inverter batteries. Now, some people don't like generators and don't have the money, but won't bother. They don't like generators and they have the money, but they won't bother because they think all the kids have grown and they've left the house, so why bother? Because if we're going to have an inverter, it would have been for the little kids. But, it's just me and wifey, we're retired now, so why bother with an inverter? So your sales and marketing journey should begin with asking, who are my customers and who should we be talking to? Because selling to the whole world is impossible and it's ineffective. And how does this relate to people in the event space? Well, very easy. For one, we look at the different avenues that we have to target our ideal customers. So we figure, where do they hang out? First of all, I have to figure who the person is, and that's the reason why I say that in the beginning it's much more important to get in a couple of runs, market to anyone and everyone. You do business with a couple of people, and then that starts giving you a sense of, okay, I like these kind of people over these kind of people. These kind of people are more profitable over these kind of people, and then that informs how you go out marketing to them. So where are my people? Are they on Instagram or are they on TikTok? So how do we think it's best to target to some kinds of people on TikTok versus another kind of person on Instagram. So let's say you're based in Abuja and you're into this whole thing of northern brides versus other kinds of brides, and you've decided that northern brides are your thing. Then you now have very concrete decisions to make. Am I going to be on Instagram? Am I going to be on TikTok? Or what kind of ads am I going to run on both to target whom? So these are the concrete questions that you're going to be asking yourselves. And for those of us who like to run things not just online but in the real world, we're asking ourselves similar questions. Because one of the reasons why my partner and I, my video partner and I, like brides and babies is because of the kind of bride that they attract. Because, of course, at brides and babies, for those of you who've been listening for a while, you remember that they have shops in Lagos, Abuja, and Houston. So, of course, they don't attract the anyhow kind of bride. They don't attract the chewing gum kind of bride. They don't attract the okay, let me not push it too much so I don't end up insulting our potential customers. So that is why I and my video partner like that those kinds of wedding fairs, and we think that that's a good playground to start shopping after, because we think that is where our target market is. So these questions are important to you, whether you sell inverter batteries, whether you're in the wedding and event space, whatever business that you are in. And it's a nice way to start off the journey before you start selling or before you start marketing. Am I going to market to the whole world, or who should I be setting my sights on, and who is my target customer? Well, like I've said in today's recording and previous podcasts, don't worry if you're new in the business. It's okay to go and shoot for anything and everything. It's only then that you're going to get a sense of whether you like these kinds of brides versus these kinds of grooms, or it's only then you're going to be able to figure out whether it's best if I do in real life and in person things like bridal expos or networking events or this and this and that and that. So it's only after you've gone and you've tried to thrash around a bit that you now get a sense of where you think your ideal customers are. And don't worry if it seems like you're always refining, because you'll find that business changes over time, and so it's always a bit of a refinement game. So you start with a class of people, and then you start narrowing down and down and down and down. So yeah, that's it. But bottom line, don't try to market to the whole world. You're going to be wasting a lot of time. It's going to be impossible, and it's going to be ineffective. Decide on who you think your target audience is. Go into the marketplace, shoot your shot, try your luck, get feedback, refine, and then target again. That's the best way to spend your time. So thanks for listening to today's recording. I'll catch you guys at the next episode.